I remember 20 years ago, I was standing in that courtroom.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Video Games and Nonsense podcast. I'm your host, Chase Carter. It is November 3rd, 2022. It's a Thursday? Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. Keep thinking today's Wednesday for some reason. Don't know why. But we're going to get into what I've been playing and video game news that interests me. There's a lot of small video game news out there. Things that seem inconsequential, not important is the word I'm trying to use. But we're going to dive into all that here in a little bit. What I've been playing, more NBA 2K23. Last episode was a 30-minute rant or diatribe into why I love the game. There are certain things that I don't like about it, such as you're an NBA player and then you get in a go-kart right around. You're an adult NBA player and you pose for pictures and you follow around an underage girl to post dances to social media. I don't know. There's things that are annoying in that game, to say the least. The thing that's not annoying is the gameplay. Mwah, 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 mwah. Great, still playing that, still grinding through that. Not doing the season rewards. I was trying to get the extra badge point. They put one extra badge point at level 39, and you have to basically make it your, second job in order to reach that level, unless you know 5 or 10 other people that play the game regularly and you're a good team, and then you just keep playing. I don't have that many friends. I'm sorry. Don't have that many friends who play 2K anyway and who are good at 2K. Everyone wants the ball, kind of thing. I'm just like, can we just win? Can we just win the game? I don't care who has 40 points. Can we just win, please? Like, I will be the role player, the center on a team. Don't care. But I find these little communities, and as soon as you start losing, they all quit and have connection issues. It's okay to lose a game. It's okay. My win percent. Nobody cares about your win percentage. That's what nobody cares about it. But anyway, yeah. So I'm playing 2K. I played a little bit of Scorn. Played a couple hours of it. It's very let's see, atmospheric. The tone is good. The environments they feel alive. They feel lived in, but not by humans, obviously. Not by. So I don't know if you're in hell. I don't know if you're like some kind of alien. You're a humanoid creature. Only played a couple hours of it, so I don't really have any, detailed thoughts in the matter. But yeah, playing that. What else have I been playing? Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves came out again with another update. Their last story update. Because this one, I'm getting it confused with this one because they came out so close together, about a week apart. And so this new update that came out today actually finally pit player versus player kind of thing. So there's different Spanish fortresses in the air. Probably 6, I want to say. 6. I think there's 2 in each region of Sea of Thieves, and there's 3 regions. Well, there's 4 technically, but the main regions. So you have to go to these forts and raise a flag, and then that gives you, I don't know, standing with whoever. And there's 2 sides. There's the sides for the Sea of Thieves faction, the Athena faction that supports Pendragon, this good character in the game, and then the main bad guy, Flameheart, is trying to be resurrected. And so the Reapers are trying to bring him back. So it's like the red bad guys versus like the neon green good guys. So they have a mechanic now where you raise a flag. It's basic for other games, but not basic for Sea of Thieves. So this is the first time I've ever had this kind of thing in there. So you can go to these and take them over. And I don't know if that goes to an overall percentage. I haven't played it yet, but I've seen the videos of it. Where I'm going to play it tonight with my wife and see how it is and how fun it is. So I don't know what side we'll choose. If we want to save Pendragon, because if you save Pendragon, then Flameheart goes away. But does he go away permanently? I don't think so. He's the main bad guy in the game. He's not going to go away. And then if you side with Flameheart, Pendragon's what, dead? He's gone. You will never see him again. Don't think so either. He's just probably going to be gone for a little bit. He's oh well, we got him, and then we brought him, and then season 10, he's back. So anyway, but I also want to know the different world changes because I know Golden Sands, the whole outpost is changing. So I want to see what they do with that. They had a few, I think 6 cannons. They put 6 cannon placements on Golden Sands, and I'd like to see. And they're building some kind of stone structure around it now on the island to defend it more. So I want to see exactly, are there going to be elevated cannons? Because I have to know where the cannons on every island are. I have to know. It's very important to me. It's helped me like 1 or 2 situations for the hundreds of times I played that game. Modern Warfare 2 came out. It looks good. Watched some reviews on it. Haven't played that yet. I'm not going to buy a full price Call of Duty game. No. And what God of War came out. God of War. I wanted to where is it? No. Review. There it is. So everyone and their mother loves this game apparently. GameSpot 90 out of 10, 90 out of 100, so 9 out of 10. IGN 10 out of 10, Games Radar 4.5 out of 5. MMO RPG 10 out of 10. VG 24/7, but never even heard of them. 5 out of 5. Game Informer 95 out of 100. The Gamer 4 out of 5. So everyone and their mother. Game Informer. God of War Ragnarok. God of War Ragnarok feels a lot like God of War 2018, which is a compliment considering how fantastic the game is. Sony Santa Monica was right to not break what wasn't broken, and it was expertly continued the story threads that were left hanging from the previous game. Any complaints about the overall experience? Familiar combat, collecting and leveling up equipment isn't particularly interesting, are quickly forgotten in the face of a compelling narrative, believable character relationships, and incredible visuals and animation. So just seems like the same God of War. I'm looking forward to playing it. I'm not going to be playing it anytime soon. I still got a whole bunch of backlog PlayStation games I got to get through. I never owned a PlayStation, got a PS5, so now I got to get through Horizon Zero Dawn, the DLC. I got through the main game. Main game, amazing. Then I had Frozen Wilds. Not Frozen Wilds? What was it? What was it? Ice and Tundra, did I call it? Forgotten. And now this is gonna bug me. I haven't looked about that. That reminds me, I gotta play that too. I got too many games to play. Remember when you could play all the games? Forbidden West. That's what it was. I knew. Right when I started typing it, I remember. Right when I started typing it. Anyway, gotta play all the Spider-Man games. I gotta play Ghost of Tsushima. I'm not a PlayStation, or wasn't up until this point, just now. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Let's see. I want to see this. Hideo Kojima just released some new promotion for his upcoming title. It's a cryptic statement. And Hideo Kojima on Twitter says, "Who am I, Ellie? Where am I? I don't know how to say Shioli, and how come? Question mark. So people, and then there's a face of this female character or actor says, "Who am I? Where am I? How come?" And then the one character is like I think she's Japanese, female Japanese person, and then there's a normal American blonde looking lady. So I'm wondering, says, "Who am I?" So do you get to choose who you are? Do you not know who you are? Is it a psychological thriller? I don't know. Anything he makes, I'm always like, what is he doing? How come? That's funny. Just stupid stuff. I scrolled down a little bit, and then there's inappropriate jokes. Another game I wanted to play was Dying Light 2. Haven't played that yet. There's a DLC story. I think I have a idea that I'm trying to work through at the moment. Is why am I playing these games when they're brand new? When there's so many games that have like Game of the Year editions, complete editions that I haven't played. Why not play those games and then wait for the next game, for the new games to have their complete edition? I'm just trying to figure out, like, I want to hop into Destiny and try that out. But but all of the complete editions, like there's Destiny 1, the complete edition, which brand new goes for $80 because they're so rare. You can't find them with the DLC and all that stuff. But I'm just sitting here thinking, like, why should I buy a brand new game now? It's just like I wanted to buy Gotham Knights. I was looking forward to that. And then there's no performance mode at 60 frames a second. I was like, I'm not going to pay $70 for a next gen game that runs at 30 frames a second. Sorry. Why is the 7-year-old Arkham Knight look better than this brand new next gen game? Like, why? What's going on? You guys didn't have to do, like, I don't know if making it co-op change. You have to have a different game engine. I don't know. Not a game developer, but it's so disappointing. And then I wanted to play the new Plague Tale game. I was looking forward to that, and it's 30 frames a second. And I'm like, come on, guys. What did I buy this next gen console for? 30 frames a second? What's going on? God of War can run at like 120 frames. Your game looks much better than God of War? Don't think so. Does it have more action on screen? God of War? No. Maybe Gotham Knights because it's co-op. I can kind of see, like, look, we don't know what we're doing here. This is the first time we've ever had this. And for some reason, we don't have a counter button which is what made the game fun. Because you can counter some things. You can have to dodge some things. Now it's just dodge. Like, what? Anyway, I just tap B over and over, over and over. Come on, please make the game simple for little kids, then also make the game a little bit complicated for adults. So if we put it on a harder difficulty, we have to use the different mechanics in the fighting system. They're all very simple, but it's those simple layers that once stacked on top of each other make a complex, fighting, system that is fun. It's fun. Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War, and all that. It's way better already. I wanted to go. I was in the mood for like a beat 'em up brawler. I was like, oh, I'll play Gotham Knights. I'll spend $70. I saw the combat system. I'm like, ew. Haven't played it, but I'm judging it just based off of the looks. Looks way worse. Way worse. Went back and watched some Batman Arkham Asylum gameplay. That looks better. So I'm like, what am I doing? I'm gonna go back into. There was a Shadow of War collection with the DLC, and I never played the DLC, so I'm gonna hop into that. And that'll get my beat everybody up fix that I need in my bloodstream immediately. And then I was thinking, what was it? Dying Light 2, yeah, the Blood Tie Stories DLC to be revealed November 9th, ahead of its November 10th release. So in a couple days, we're gonna get that. So that's what made me think of, like, why not wait until the Dying Light 2 complete edition? Why don't I, instead of buying the game and then buying the DLC, why don't I just wait? There's no reason to, I don't know. Unless you're a huge Dying Light fan, but obviously. There's this other interesting, Microsoft buys into Korean blockchain game company, WeMade. Microsoft has invested an unknown amount into the Korean blockchain gaming company WeMade. But it says right here in like the second, VGC reports Microsoft has invested 14.8 million in WeMade, which is nothing for Microsoft. They just bought Bethesda for 3 billion, and then they bought Activision for, how much did they buy? My, I forget the exact number. I want to be correct. Buys Activision Blizzard. Oh yeah, $68 billion. Sorry, that was for some reason I wanted to say 90. I don't know why I wanted to say that. You know, the stupid things in your head you think you know are incorrect, but they're in your head, like most of my ideas. But they bought this blockchain gaming company. Um, Korean studio We Made was founded in 2000 to develop PC and mobile titles. So maybe it's a mobile thing because of Activision. They have so many mobile games now, including the MMO Legend, the MMO Legend, the MMO Legend of Mir. As of 2018, the company started to develop blockchain technology, resulting in the launch of a blockchain mainnet called WeMix. WeMade launched its title of Mir 4 with blockchain support already on Mir 4, including in-game NFTs and its own token called Draco. The company bills its latest title as the world's first well-made blockchain game since the company entered in the blockchain industry in 2018. Though its ambitions extend beyond the world of Mir and into the games industry at large. The company says its aim to transform everyday games into blockchain technology, established its WeMix coin as a key currency in the blockchain gaming space. Microsoft hasn't made a statement about investing. Hasn't made a statement. And the purchase doesn't mean the Xbox parent company has any plans to implement blockchain technology into its own games at this point. Xbox head Phil Spencer has taken measures to view blockchain gaming since its first came to prominence, saying that last year that he was wary about potential exploitation of the NFT market. It's kind of a weird thing. I think you should have your own. Each game should have its own, depending on the game, um, currency or point system. And say if you wanted, I think it'd be cool. How would you say? So say if you're playing Call of Duty, it'd be cool if the community can create skins or characters and then maybe sell them. But then that would any new skin that would kind of defeat the purpose of the developers making all that stuff. I don't know. There's got to be something. Because remember in 2K you can make your own shirts, but then they got in trouble because people were using like they were making Nike shirts. They were making stuff that was way better than the stuff they were getting normally. But there's got to be a way. I was thinking about like a skateboarding game with like a editor. I remember you're supposed to be able to sell your, decks or whatever online and then get money that way in the community and blah blah blah. But so you can always take your money and buy, say like in the NBA game, you can always take your money and buy VC, but you can't take your VC and then transfer it back to real money. That's not a thing. So until maybe with the NFTs you can do that. I don't know the different coins. I don't know, but it is a weird. Then the kind of theme of the game would have to be correct for you to do that. It's going to be interesting to see how people react to all of that, and then have actual because you already have currency in the games, but it's locked within the game. But then to make it to where, say, my buddy makes a cool whatever, and I'm like, hey, can I have that? Like, sure, you can give me like for my effort, give me 500 VC or whatnot from the game. It should be interesting. Blame Korean blockchain. Halo's winter update. This is what I've been waiting for, so I can dive back into Halo a little bit more. Halo's winter update is bringing heaps of weapon balancing changes. 343 has revealed that Halo Infinite winter update is scheduled to drop on November 8th, this time introducing a whole lot of weapon balancing fixes that'll be coming to the sandbox mode. A few weapons that will have buffs to encourage players to use them more, while overperforming weapons will see small nerfs. Here's what's coming. Community manager Unishek explains that in the blog post, the 343's weapon balance Halo Infinite Sandbox now has players are a little more familiar with the gameplay, looking at both player feedback and hard data. data on how weapons are getting used in the game. 6 of Halo Infinite's weapons are being tweaked for better or worse. So here's a full list of the balancing changes. The plasma pistol increased base shot damage 20 to 28, increased charge shot angular velocity from 20 to 35 degrees per second. So I guess the way it can track people. Increased charge shot guided angular velocity at rest from 50 to 70 degrees per second. So the pulse carbine is also getting a increase the guided angular velocity at rest from 20 to 35 degrees. I like this is so nerdy. Decreased angular velocity from 50 to 30 degrees per second. Increased target leading fraction from 0.35 to 1. Increased guided projectile error radius from 0.2 to 0.22 degrees. Very, very important. The commando. This is increased headshot prioritization from 0 to 0.1 degrees. Increased bullet magnetism angle 1.25 to 1.3. So like these barely little tweaks. Increased aim assist angle 5 to 5.25 degrees. Increased minimum error angle from 0.8 to 0.6. I love how all of these things in the game are set to numbers and sliders, and they keep having to change them to get it to feel right. The battle rifle. Ooh, headshot prioritization. That's the word. Angle reduced from 0.25 to 0.2. Bullet magnetism angle reduced from 2.4 to 2.2. Just little small stuff. The bullet magnetism range reduced is also small, and then fall off range is also WUS. I don't know what that even means. Frag grenade, increased detonation timer by 0.2 seconds. Disruptor, increased magazine ammo count from 10 to 12. The update will also add a movement update that will disable snap sliding, saying that physics-based exploit had too much potential to break game flow. A similar known as a curb slide will remain in the game, with 343 determining that its use have been fun to watch and hasn't been interrupting gameplay flow too much. What is the snap slide? I don't know what snap sliding is. That's why I don't like people that go around. I don't know, more of a slower tactical and aim-based gameplay instead of walking off a ledge and then right before you hit the ground slide and then you get a speed boost, and then during that speed boost you angle at another. I know it's skill, I understand that, but it doesn't feel like Halo. Like to me, sprinting still feels weird in Halo, but like I get that you don't want to be walking around the whole time. I mean, slow-based games like Rainbow Six still have sprinting, so you got to have that in there. And then the mantling in Halo feels great, feels fantastic. Didn't think I would like it but then it also, if when you have mantling, you also take away the ability to do the crouch jumps. So when you have these crouch, you can only do it. But then the mantling there's no skill in mantling because you can just press forward and do it and you're fine. But the crouch jumping in Halo 2, and it was just really cool. I remember, what was it? Lockout? I can't remember. There was a couple jumps where you could reach this like a certain part of the arena, but you can only, if you missed it, you fell off the map. But if you crouch jumped a certain way, you could get up into this certain area of the map. And it was so cool to know that, first of all, that's there. But now if that was made today, it would just be a mantle. You would just jump up and then hold, instead of crouching at the certain time. Like you have to jump at the certain time and then crouch at a certain time and keep your momentum going forward in the air. But now it would just be run, jump, hold forward, mantle. So like when you add gameplay mechanics, you lose some other stuff in the game, which is interesting. Prioritize bugs. No crap. Also includes 343 posts a number of sandbox changes, bug fixes that will be dropping in future updates, but won't be ready in time for the winter update. Won't be ready in time. Okay. Fixes for desync issues are high on 343's list, with the number of priority bugs to single out and be tackled first. 343 will also be looking at the quality of life improvements for mouse and keyboard players. Boo! Nobody likes mouse and keyboard players. Nobody. Sticking with Halo Infinite as the topic, Halo Infinite is finally getting match XP. And here's how it works. 343 gives you more details on what to expect for the winter update. 343 has revealed more details on how the new XP system will work in Halo Infinite going forward. The new XP system, and this is from GameSpot.com, by Luis Gutierrez. Feature that's scheduled for November 8th, and will introduce new features such as co-op. Co-op's a new feature. Next gen games. What did you guys delay? Couldn't get the features that co-op. Well, wasn't that a feature in the old games from day one? Well, it's really hard to make these new games now. Well, then make the game smaller. And then add to it. Yeah. Forge a free battle pass. Free battle pass. Battle pass ain't free. Anyways, battle pass isn't free. You have to pay the waypoint. Whatever. A waypoint blog explained that players will be rewarded for playing any game mode they pick, and their performance in game will dictate how much XP will be earned. Match XP will consist of the following: completed matches, match performance. If your team wins, placement at the end of the match, etc. 343 went on to explain that the match XP system is being called a beta because they plan on monitoring the values for each reward category, adjusting them to move forward in this new model. In addition to giving more details on the match XP, more information was given on the changes happening to challenges and ultimate rewards. Players will still earn XP for completing challenges, but they will be primarily used for unlocking new items via the ultimate rewards. Listed below are the other changes happening with the challenges, and ultimate players only need to complete 10 instead of 20 challenges to complete the ultimate challenge. Challenges can be completed in any playlist. Thank you. That's a crazy idea. Challenges will be more general. Oh, wow. Oh, things I've been saying for all games since forever. You know, how do we get players to play all the game modes and playlists? Let's lock players into playing things in our game that they don't want to play. You don't like Capture the Flag? Well, you're going to get a challenge for Capture the Flag. It's mind-boggling. It's been 2 years. 2 years. And they're just like, this is well-known stuff. Like, I don't get, this is well-known. Like, if you play games, you know this. It's simple. I keep bringing it up, but Sea of Thieves has like a 100 level battle pass or whatever, or plunder pass, which is a great name, by the way. And you can go through it. You can progress through it doing anything you want to. That encourages people to play the game however they want to play it. It's not like, hey, this week you can only progress if you fight other people. Make the game, make the tools, and then let the gamers have fun in it. Just quit locking them. You have to play team deathmatch. You have to play big team battle. You have to play. No, I should be able to progress through your weekly challenges, your battles, however the heck I want to. Okay? It doesn't make any sense to lock people down. It's like the NBA 2K thing. It's 2 times XP for park games. I don't want to play park with other people. The only way you can progress in this My Career season is if you play multiplayer. I don't want to play multiplayer games. So I'm SOL. You're making me not want to play your game. That's what you're doing. Because you have another game mode with another season rewards tier list that I could progress through by myself or online against people. So why can't you do the same thing with the My Career? You have my team. I can progress by myself. Oh, I can't. That's really cool that you thought of the people who don't like to play with other people. My career. You gonna do the same thing? No, not going to. We're gonna annoy people. Actually, that's what we're gonna do. And it just baffles my mind. These people get paid so much money. They have so many resources, so much money, and they just don't understand the basic fundamental like theme of playing video games. I don't get it. It baffles my mind. Got crap eye boogers in my. I just don't get. I don't get how you play a game. I don't know. Maybe it's not the developers. Maybe it's management. But that's always isn't that a cop out? Isn't that a cop out answer? It's like, hey, you want your game to make money, manager? We have to make it good. We have to make it fun. Like, there's a reason. What Sea of Thieves is making has more people than Halo Infinite, which is insane. Has more concurrent players on Steam, which is who would have thought that happened? Would happen? And there are so many people who would love to play Halo. When it first came out, there were millions of people playing the game, and you just crapped all over them by your XP exploits, by like just stuff that doesn't work that's already been tested by other developers. Other developers have, hey, what did we do? Oh crap, let's fix that. You should earn XP however you want to. However you want to. And it's like, hey, what if we mess up? What if we mess up and don't give like here's forward thinking. Here's a crazy idea. I'm going to release a game and the XP system is going to be you're going to get 10 XP per game mode. Every game you're going to get 10 XP at the end. But just in case that's not enough and for some reason the battle pass it takes a while to progress through it, we're going to build in a system to where we can tweak that number behind the scenes. Crazy. So we don't have to completely rewrite the game to do anything like that. Let's build it in. And NBA 2K actually can do that now. There are behind the scenes tweaks that they can do to shot timing, to a whole bunch of things. So they don't actually have to like create new systems on top of it or change the system itself. They just built in where they like value changers within everything. And they can change the speed of they can change a whole bunch of stuff. So it's just mind-boggling that these people don't. And it's not even the gameplay that they're changing. It's like the rewards from the gameplay itself. So you always want to keep the player on a carrot, but that carrot is crap, no one's going to play your game. There are so many fun games to play. And there are free games to play, like Halo Infinite's free multiplayer. So just make it as fun as possible, as many rewards as possible, to where you can say choose what you can have a selection of each week. This is crazy idea. Their weekly challenges sometimes like, oh, this green and black sniper rifle. What if I don't like the sniper rifle? What if I never use it? I just earned a skin for a weapon I don't like. How about you create a whole bunch of skins and then you get the weekly reward. You get to choose whatever skin you want. You want a sniper skin, you want a assault rifle skin, you want this, you want that, and you actually get to choose what you want. Already a better idea. Thought of it in 2 seconds. Real simple. And then if you want to randomize it, no, you don't want to randomize it. You just like, what's the assault rifle skin I could get for this week? And then have repeating skins. If you've like level 1, that's annoying. I don't like that at all. There we go. Just have repeating skins. You can have repeating skins, or if like level, this is the assault. If you use the assault and then rifle, and you've already used it, say next week it's different. So have 10, however many weeks are in the season, 10 of them, 10 for each one. And we all know it's not. You change the color on something, you change the shininess. Creating a gun skin is so easy for these artists. Like, you're not making Halo anymore. What are you making? What are you making? You're not making the game anymore. So what are you doing? Sometimes it just annoys me beyond belief. So I got that. I want to talk about that. The Hideo Kojima game. Kojima game looked good. The Rocksteady. I was looking forward to Suicide Squad, and now I don't know, because Rocksteady has yet to make a DC game that I don't like. But the main guys are leaving. Rocksteady Studios co-founder Sefton Hill and Jamie Walker have announced that they are departing from the studio. This news comes as a bit of a surprise since both Hill was the director of the studio's upcoming game Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which is a fantastic idea, and because both were originally founders of the studio and masterminds behind the popular Batman Arkham series. Nonetheless, it seems the two are leaving Rocksteady amicably at the end of the year at the end of the year. So not yet. And the team leaving behind to carry Suicide Squad across the finish line. But what I want to know, as you can see, the duo will remain at Rocksteady through the end of the year before embarking on a new adventure in gaming. Suicide Squad is due out sometime in the spring of 2023. As for Rocksteady's lineup after the departure, longtime director and production. Longtime director of production and original founder member Nathan Berlow will step up in the role of studio director, and Darius Sedigian will take over as studio product director. So 2 big promotions for people. Good job. Congratulations for you guys. And I'm sure they're maybe tired of making DC games, maybe being in that universe for the past, 15 years or so. When did Batman Arkham Asylum, when did that game come out? 2009. 13 years? Yeah. So 13 years of Batman. I get a little, maybe a little tired too. Been wanting to play one of those Batman games. Just wanted to play in general, which is why I'm going to play the Shadow of Mordor. Close ad. I'm going to kill him. But I don't know, because they're leaving the company a couple months before the game is supposed to be released, and the game's been in development for a while. So there's been issues with the game. Maybe the theme of, I don't know, because all the pre-production and then post, like, what part of the game was the issue? Like, was it the theme of the game? Did they not know at the very beginning if they wanted to make like a, you're the bad guys type game? So it's going to be interesting to see. We haven't seen much of the game, which is exciting because the game comes out, you know, less than 6 months. So it should be kind of cool to see where they go, what they do with it. I'm looking forward to Suicide Squad anyway, especially since the Gothic. Can you imagine if, like, when Suicide Squad comes out and it's great, and then people are looking at Gotham Knights like, you guys couldn't even do 60 frames a second. And just slowly turn. And the reason that the game got canceled on the old gen is why did you cancel it on old gen? You couldn't even get it to run on 30 frames on the old gen. It doesn't even look that much. It doesn't look better at all. Like, what's happening? So game looks the same or worse. Less gameplay mechanics, and then I can't actually counter, which was awesome, because you actually had to pay attention to what the characters were doing instead of just, now I'm going to be randomly pressing dodge. Why just do it over and over? Dodge. Dumb. Sorry. I apologize. Okay, so Rocksteady co-founders leave. Could be a big issue. Usually it's not a good sign, especially maybe they're getting ahead of it, but they would just say, I don't know. They're doing it before the end of the year, so maybe some tax purposes. I have no idea. Xbox head Phil Spencer says Call of Duty will stay on PlayStation as long as the platform exists, unless we kill it. Which they won't. PlayStation has too many good studios. This Microsoft just buys Sony, which I wonder how much. What is Sony's stock price right now? They're trading at $72 a share, but I wonder like the total. What is it worth? Sony total worth, total value. Forget how to check that. So 91 billion. So Sony as a, and then what is Microsoft's total value? $2 trillion. So Microsoft is worth 2 trillion and Sony is worth 90 billion. Yeah, that's crazy. They can just buy Sony if they wanted to, but then obviously they couldn't because in Monopoly, yeah, they're having, yeah, wouldn't be that big of an issue. But it is interesting that Phil Spencer says that it will be on it will be on the platform as long as the platform exists. So we're not taking Call of Duty from PlayStation. That's not our intent. Our intent is not to do that. As long as there's a PlayStation out there to ship, our intent is that we continue to ship Call of Duty on PlayStation, similar to what we've done on Microsoft since we've owned that. To what we've done on Microsoft since we've owned that. What? That doesn't make any sense. We've expanded the places people can play Minecraft. We haven't reduced the places, and it's been good for the Minecraft community, in my opinion. And I want to do the same thing. We think we can do Call of Duty over the years. He also touched on further upon ongoing acquisition citing that's currently in the regulatory phase, which is a phase where Spencer and others talk to regulators about the acquisition, answer their questions, and more. I'm pretty confident in the deal closing. Spending time with regulators, I think they're asking good, honest questions about a big deal. As you mentioned, the biggest deal Microsoft's ever done, the biggest deal I've ever done. He says if everything goes according to plan, the acquisition should be past regulatory phases and ready to go in June of 2023. In the meantime, Sony has been criticizing the deal, citing publicly that Microsoft acquiring Call of Duty as a first-party franchise would be unfair to PlayStation players. It'll be interesting to hear if Sony and PlayStation have anything to say in response to Spencer's latest about the acquisition of Call of Duty. And in the meantime, Microsoft's intent is to acquire Activision Blizzard and then check out all the exclusive PlayStation bonuses for Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Ironic, right? Ironic. I don't know if because when the deal goes through, it's just too much money to be made by so many people. Will the games, like as soon as it goes through June 23, will all the Call of Duty games be on Game Pass? Well, so I'm just wondering instead. So I just wait until next year, and then I get all the Call of Duty games for the Game Pass price, and then that's also when they're going to up the price. They said Phil Spencer also mentioned that they might. They're thinking about raising the price of like subscriptions and whatnot. So at the same time, we're going to have all the Call of Duties on Game Pass. Now it's $20 a month, or 17, $18 a month. So I think they're timing it. They're going to time it with that to make it more, because obviously the value goes up. They spend, what was it, 40? I just looked it up and I already forgot. I'm an idiot. I think that's what it is. Microsoft buys Activision Blizzard. So they spend $68 billion to buy Activision Blizzard. Sony, by the way, costs $90 million. It's so stupid. It's so much money. Oh, you can just buy like the majority of Sony. Yeah, but then obviously the more you buy, the more the stock goes up, and it wouldn't be that amount of money or price. But it's just interesting. And with Warzone 2 coming out, which is fascinating. So they release Modern Warfare 2, and then there's Call of Duty Warzone that comes out. When did it come out? It's supposed to come out November 16th. So it's like, hey, Modern Warfare 2, play it, $70. So they're getting, and then also a separate multiplayer in the game. I'm assuming different weapons, whatnot. And then you have that game. And then you have a free-to-play game coming out. So they're getting the free-to-play portion of the pie. And they're also getting if you want to play the single player, we got that. And then we also have its own little multiplayer mode inside of it. I've been thinking about buying it, but I don't think I'm going to hop on it. If I want like I already bought Battlefield. But Call of Duty looks to be surpassing Battlefield in every freaking way possible. So the game looks good. I might get it, but then I'm like, I have Game Pass. Why don't I just wait a year and I might get all of them? I'm happy to pay for Game Pass for the rest of my life. Happy. You keep giving me great games, good to great games. But they want you hooked on these games that you play for, like Sea of Thieves. I've been playing since it came out years ago. And it's just fun. There's just new. Oh, here's something new. Here's a couple months. Here's something new. Here's something new. And it's just like, oh, okay, I'll keep playing it. If I think, if I like the stuff you put in the game in the Plunder Pass or whatever, I'll buy each season $10. Here's $10. You guys are making a good game. I can see where the development's going, seeing how much it improved. Like the game when it first released and the game now is insane. It's almost like an early release, game at the beginning. What was the other thing? Oh, that's what I wanted to. That and then the Electronics art deal. The Last of Us TV series has been confirmed to premiere in January. I love The Last of Us. Still have to play Last of Us 2. This is only going to obviously focus on the first game. Naughty Dog has confirmed The Last of Us will indeed premiere on HBO Max January 15th. You can also check out the poster below, it says. It's pretty cool. The poster is just like a rundown city. In the background, the city on both sides, the characters, Joe and Ellie, walking backs towards the camera. It says The Last of Us on the ground with like this spore fungus kind of spreading over the logo and then up towards them. And then all around them, there's like a big city and trees, and it's run down, very post-apocalyptic. It should be so good. I'm looking forward to it. I just hope they do it right. I just hope they get at least the feel. And then they have, what's the guy's name? Pedro Pascal. Can't go wrong with him. So looking forward to that show. And then playing the second game. I had the second game a little spoiled for me. I'm pretty sure some characters die. But I don't know if that's true. I don't want to know if it's true. I'm not going to look much into it. But obviously it's my fault for not playing the game sooner. So can't blame anyone but me. When Electronics Arts deal with Marvel consists of at least 3 games. When Electronic Arts Motive Studios announced its Iron Man game in September, we learned it would be the first of a multi-game deal between the publisher and Marvel. That was a vaguely defined arrangement at the time, but now we know the partnership will produce a minimum of 3 games. EA announced, I don't know if you want to, the Iron Man game, because you made, what's that stupid game they made that failed miserably? Hold on. I don't know why I can't think of this game right now. It's beyond me. It failed miserably. Games. Sports original games library. Reaction. What is that dumb game? Anthem. I knew it was the dumb name that didn't make any sense. Well, why is it called Anthem? This is show off the like. Is there music? Obviously, that's a clear. You can see how Marvel saw that and said, "Oh, they can make an Iron Man game." Now, whether it's going to be good or not, completely different story. Are there going to be? Is there going to be damage points that pop up all over the place? Like, oh god. Well, Borderlands did it, and everybody liked. No, that's strictly a them thing. That's strictly a them thing, and it was cool and different at the time. But if you keep making these dumb games where numbers pop out of people, they're not going to like it. Or at least give me the option to turn it off, please. EA announced the news in a press conference with the publisher describing it as a long-term deal in quotes that could extend beyond the 3 games based on the wording. The release, it's like if you make these games good, we'll let you release more. The release also specifies these titles will be action-adventure games for consoles and PC, each featuring original stories in the Marvel universe. That should be like smaller scale games. An Iron Man that he helps out, maybe some country, some city, helps it, does by himself. All the other people are indisposed. Or he wants to prove, hey, I can do this myself. I got this thing. It can be an arrogant thing. You can have it be Captain America. Okay, someone kidnaps him. He's got to break out of some, Russian prison or whatever. You can't put Russia in the game. Whatever prison you want to. Okay. Put Nazis in there. Everyone hates them. You can still kill them, and no one cares. You got to make maybe a Black Panther game. Got to have a female character, so maybe Black Widow. They could beat him up. I don't know. Scarlet Witch. She can just like float around, looking for her kids, destroying everybody. I don't know what else I would like to see, like a Black Panther, but they would also all be like beat 'em up video games. I don't know how you would do that. You make like a Doctor Strange puzzle game where you have to alter reality to get through the puzzles. Hulk, beat 'em up. Yeah, they're all just average beat 'em up games. Like besides Iron Man would be the only really cool one. Because it is cool to be a human. Because then you have like some connection to the character, so to speak. Makes it, you have some you can identify with. So you can identify people like thinking that they're smart. Hey, I can do that. Create a suit and then go around and be a superhero. I'm not a superhero. But then obviously different parts of the game where you're not in the suit, you get knocked out of the suit, you lose your powers. Oh, you gain the suit back, and it's and then you're Iron Man again. You don't want to spend too much time out of the suit because that would no one wants to play an Iron Man game where you're not in the suit. It'd be fun, I think. Different, or a game where you're Iron Man. There's different issues, different cities you go to. Maybe you have to create a whole big city. That would be probably the issue there. I was thinking like you can go to one country, save it, but then the other country that you don't save at that time has a problem with you. And then those are the places where evils supervillains spawn out of. But then you can't use real countries because then some country's going to get offended. They're like, oh, since you didn't save, France, we're all evil all of a sudden. I was like, no, you didn't save them. Something bad happened there. And then maybe you can create. It's like how Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Quicksilver. I don't know why I forgot his name. Quicksilver. They were bad guys at first, and then they kind of like saw the light and were like, oh, well, we were being kind of manipulated the whole time. That kind of thing. You can do that as well, or you can just some people you can't save; they're unsavable, and you can just fix them that way. Did I just create a really cool game in my head? Yes, but you have to spend 4 years designing it and you don't know how to do that, Chase. I don't. I have no idea how to make video games, but the ideas, they're fun. Anyways, I think that'll wrap it up. That's all the video game news that I thought was interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna try out a few new games so I have something different to talk about besides basketball and Sea of Thieves. So yeah, so thanks for watching. This has been Video Games and Nonsense for forgot the date, November 3rd, 2022. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you next week.
I remember